Welcome to another episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Where a session is once every blue moon.
This is true. And it is a blue moon tonight, though only a partial coverage. Be warned, Discord may disconnect us at any given time as it was experiencing some heavy issues about 20 minutes ago when we were trying to start this call. So, welcome once again, specifically to all of the players. It's been some time, but we were able to finally get together. So, let's do some introductions because I know everybody's forgotten who we are. And then we'll do a little recap.
I've forgotten who I am. Where am I?
We'll start in the top left there with Kashka.
Hi, I'm Kashka. I'm playing Gralhund, a deep gnome warlock.
Mm. Yes, a very naughty one at that. And next to
troublemaker.
next to that, we have Lissa and Mr. Monkey. Next to her.
All right, I am playing Natea Cloudbane. I am a Azimar Paladin, and this is the furry person that follows me around everywhere.
And I'm also playing a Khajiit. Oh, sorry, it's not Khajiit. I have mini wear.
A Khajiit works. A Khajiit works. I'll accept Khajiit. It's called Khajiit in a different land. That's all. Elsewhere, perhaps.
Yes. No, Tabaxi Rogue. Smoke on the horizon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who is probably the most mischievous of the group. And that's me being very generous. Who is mischievous.
I am sweet and kind and considerate.
He is borderline changing his alignment to evil. That's what he is. All right.
You did blast the guy in his face.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes faces need a good blasting.
Sometimes faces get in the way of your blasting.
That too. Speaking of, let's move over to Robin.
Human Gloomstalker Ranger.
Yup. And don't worry, if everybody... I was looking at Gloomstalker, and I know that you turn invisible to creatures in the darkness that have dark vision. Yeah. It's a magical ability, and just in case there's any doubt, it persists even if you're unconscious.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's nothing that you need to concentrate on.
Guess what everybody has now.
So just so you know.
We need a homing beacon on Vern.
That's played different ways, but that's how I'm going to play it. I figured, you know what? Something you might want to be aware of. There you go.
you know, like, okay, so maybe... Just
consider that I am the medic. It also would be really bad when I go down either way.
We need one of those, like, you know how, like, when you're on a plane, they're like, and your life vest has this thing that will start bleeping when you're in water. That's what we need for Vern, like, a thing that starts flashing when you're unconscious.
You're talking to, like, you just put some kind of little thing on there. You're like, dang it, where did I put my
where did I put the bird?
Where did I put my bird? And then you're like pressing the button to like find your car keys.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. There he is. That could be really bad. Don't give that to Gralhund because she would just be pushing that all the time.
I have a box of barks.
All right. So okay, so and I'm Valen. I'm the games master, dungeon master.
He's trying to keep us in line. Good luck with that, buddy.
It's an impossible task. I have no claim to that. Usually I try and make things challenging for you guys, but you seem to be doing quite well doing that for yourselves, so I'm not too bothered.
You got that in. Thank you.
All right, so to give a slight recap, a long time ago in a town far away called Waterdeep, or a city, very big megapolis city of ancient magical history. These people ended up getting themselves ownership of a tavern, of which they seem to have handed all responsibility over to a hireling from an uncouth organization who they don't even pay. So they seem to trust her implicitly with their property, and she so far seems to be doing quite well, even though there has been a recent demise of several employees.
They weren't our employees yet.
Yeah.
They hadn't not yet arrived to commence employment.
Yeah.
So they were not yet our employees.
They were potential employees.
True. In fact, do any of you even remember this certain free employed person's name, perhaps?
Bonnie.
Not a clue.
I'm impressed. Okay. 2 out of 3.
Like, oh god,
2 out of 4.
Okay.
2 out of 4. Remember? Okay. So you guys decided to follow up on a lead that you got from a certain mechanical ingenuity house of hands. I believe it's called Mechanical House of Hands or something like that. I totally messed up the name on that. Don't take my word for it. But you were trying to track down a Nimblewright, and it has multiple reasons. One, by returning its remains, you guys get paid big bucks. 2, the other, it apparently was the cause of some kind of fireball, which caused the demise of Grifola's relative, distant relation, who they all came here to try and reunite her with to begin with. So therefore, there might also be other information as to why they're following this, but there's bits and pieces out there that I'm not going to connect the dots for the group here. Not just yet, at least. But it led them to this, Gralhund Villa, which is pretty much a big old mansion with a full-on staff of people taking care of the nobles. And upon arriving here, it was pretty much under siege, though they found some questionable stuff already just breaking in through the back door just after dusk. And
what do you mean breaking in?
Yeah, you broke in. And then you guys proceeded to I'll say slaughter your way up in through the house, but only slaughtering the Zentarum that they were finding along the way, which had been killing house guards. Though strangely, they've been employed regularly by the Zentarum, and this party seems to be playing both sides. I'm not sure. It seems like it.
Get back to the up a while back. You'd be really slow.
So, therefore, this group, to bring things more to a precise ending here, they ended up trying to save one of the nobles, the other of which they were not exactly on friendliest terms of, because they were deemed a threat and denied access to their bedrooms, namely this lady here. And then they busted into this room where they found the Zentarum, what you would assume is the leader, because he seemed to be barking orders and knew more or less what he was doing, had taken one of the nobles hostage and was pretty much beating the crap out of the guy, and was threatening to kill him should any of the adventurers in this party interfere. They ended up interfering. He ended up killing and teleporting away upon doing so.
I almost had him convinced.
He's not quite dead yet.
It was very close.
Sure, he was not the one doing the killing as opposed to our smoke.
Yes, he was. Shush.
He may have taken a firebolt to the face or something along those lines. Maybe a little bit here and there. From one of our adventures by mistake. They were trying to shoot the hostage type thing, and yeah, they actually did shoot the hostage, but still, everybody started pulling out all the stops. Well, all but but Smoke was just like, whoops, I just turned the other way. But everybody tried to do what they could to save the noble. It was pretty much, it couldn't be determined immediately if he had died or if there was still hope, because sadly Grifola's medical training was lacking.
I don't have any medical training.
Or just non-existent. And she was doing what she could by just kind of picking up blood and shoving it into the shirt and saying, here, take it back, and it's not really doing much. So, therefore, Vern and Natea, after some strenuous failed negotiations with the other noble in the house, busted down the door, finally, and were able to get into this room and try and save this Gralhund noble, as it is. I'm going to call him Orond because that's what his name is. And we left off with him bleeding out. So, to resume, I rolled his death saves actually, I just rolled them just before this because I didn't even know if he was going to live or not, and I wanted to kind of leave it a surprise. As it turns out, I think Vern got to him first and started bandaging, and then I think Natea ended up like sacrificing like a few hit points into him or something like that with your lay on hands ability.
Okay. I was gonna use my healing hand, so he'll get 3 HP.
Okay, so as Vern is bandaging his wounds, and she comes up and just kind of like places her hands upon his forehead. It spurt of blood comes out of his mouth, and he tries to talk, and he's coughing some blood up. He's not quite dead. He came very darn close, though, I tell you what. He failed two death saving throws and then got 3 positives in a row. So
so he got 2 bads in a row and then 3.
Yep. And so he stabilized, and then you guys were able to get the healing in on him without actually doing him any more harm.
Okay.
So he actually coughs up blood and stuff, and he seems to just be like stunned at this point. I mean,
yeah, I'll go in and pick him up.
Okay, you now have a noble who seems stunned and looking at you bleary-eyed in your arms. How romantic.
Yes.
I noticed you did the little hair flip.
Yeah, this burnt face. Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna leave a scar." But never mind. Let's take you. And I look at Vern. I'm like, let's see if we can get in the door with this guy. Maybe he's our. So and I'll turn and start taking him back out.
He starts like kind of weakly pushing against you, like he's trying to stand on his own, and he's like kind of holding his throat, which Vern kind of bandaged up a bit, which is where he...
As well as part of his face.
Yeah, he kind of got a bit of a gash. The face is actually what Natea healed. There's no evidence that he was hit in the face by anything.
There's still bandages there.
There's bandages on his throat, though, because she had her hands on his
face.
Yeah. There's no bandages on his face. Stop it. He wrapped his...
I just tell him, you know.
He was bleeding from here, okay? That's what you fixed. Sorry. Go on.
I just tell him, don't try to talk right now. Let's get you, somewhere safe or whatever. Just continuing on over here into this hallway.
And
everybody else to come with me.
He's like, it's not safe out there. And he's kind of struggling. He says, let's stay in here and just barricade the door.
Tell him, I told you to be quiet. Don't make me knock you out. We've already killed everything in the hallway, so it's fine. Except for your guards. Your guards are still being jerks.
He says, they're just protecting the missus.
Yeah, I know, but we still want to ask her some questions, but we need to get you safe first, so let's get you over here.
All right, so what is it that you're trying to do at this point?
Take him back over here to this area and show the guards, hey, does he belong to her that's inside, because he's pretty wounded.
Okay. Are you letting him walk?
Nope. I am carrying him.
Okay, because you're not going to be able to fit through the door unless you've got him like over your shoulder or something like that.
Yeah, fireman carry him.
He's actually going to struggle because he seems to be fine, just a gash through his neck at this point. Your healing seemed to have taken both of you seem to have healed him for quite a bit. In fact, he's actually at maximum hit points right now.
Yeah, but don't put him down. Do not put him down.
just a little FYI. So he's feeling fine. He's just really struggling against you right now. He doesn't like being carried by a big burly woman in armor that he doesn't know.
Too bad, buddy. You don't have a say in this.
He's also a noble and not used to being manhandled by servant class. You know.
Don't make me firebolt him.
That's already been done.
Can be done again.
I'm just like, if you keep struggling, you're gonna injure yourself further, and I'm not gonna heal you again. So just come on. Everything's dead out there. I promise nothing's gonna.
He says, "Just let me stand on my own feet. I can't be seen like this."
Fine, Mr. Fancy Pants. Come on. I'll just gently lower him down.
Hang on a
tell him at least use me to, lean on.
I feel like we're giving up our leverage here. Griffolis kind of blurts out.
So what exactly happened there?
She's been standing thinking about it for a minute, and then she's like, "Ah! Don't turn him over. He's our only leverage. They're gonna. What if they accuse us of being Zentarum?"
Well, we kind of are, but he has our rock, and as soon as he gets in front of the guards, we need to pants him since he wants to keep his big.
All right, I need you to roll an intimidation check. Both of you.
Wait, who?
Both of you that just said who.
I'm not trying to intimidate him.
I'm not trying to intimidate nobody.
Whether you're trying to or not, I would like you to roll one.
Okay.
Or put it at it, not intimidating at all. He's just a giant fireball.
I'm not intimidating.
There you go.
Okay, the dice are still slowly like chunking along. Okay, so he doesn't pay any mind to what Smoke ends up saying, but he's hearing what Griffola is saying and kind of picking up on that, and he's like, you won't hurt me, will you? And he kind of looks around a little bit in the room, and he's like, look, I'll help you, okay? I'll tell you what you want. Just let me get back to her, okay? What did you want? And he's
There's
like kind of like straightening his.
We need the rock.
His terrible outfit, which it looked fine before, but now it's just covered in blood and stuff. The rock.
Yep.
I can't smell what he's cooking. No, what rock? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Brownies.
He gets depantsed for that.
So the rock, and he seems to just be obviously, and he might think that he's disguising it well, but it's pretty obvious he's not disguising it at all.
So he's lying.
That he's like, what rock? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's
bullshit.
Trying to straighten his outfit.
Can I just pull him up against the wall here, and I'll just hold him with one hand on his chest, and I'm like, you're playing really dumb, and it's not very becoming of you, I guess you could say. So just tell us where it is, because you may not make it out of this room if you don't. I can try to protect you, but I might be, clumsy.
Let's get an intimidation check from you now. Hey, a little bit better.
A little more intimidation.
It's also a little bit more straightforward too. So he actually just kind of like is like this, and you've kind of like got your hand on his chest or something like that, and he just kind of goes, and he puts his hands on your hand and goes, look, okay, the Stone of Golo, right? That's what you're after, right? Not me, right? He's waiting for any kind of confirmation from you guys at this point.
Like, well, if you let us know where the stone is or you have it, then yes. I just know
says, look, it's some kind of ancient creature, okay? It's called the Stone of Golor, but it's actually a living being, right? It's in some strange shape as this weird stone thing.
How big is it?
I can't actually remember. I've given you the description before. Hold on. Let me click.
Well, didn't my cousin have...
Yeah, it was...
He was carrying it.
It was
carrying
hand
it,
size. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think your cousin was... No, I was carrying it in one hand. So it's
One hand?
hand size, but not palm size. And it's some kind of key or a map.
I don't care what you think it is. I'm not really interested in your opinion on that. It's not yours.
Right.
Give it here.
I don't have it.
Where is it?
The missus gave it. And he
Spit it out. Spit it out.
hold on. I gotta bring up his sheet. He has to make a roll here for, where is it? Did that do anything? There we go. Yes, it did. Oh wow. So he makes like he's listening, and he's like, just keep your voices down. I don't want to get in trouble with the missus.
You're about to get in deeper trouble than that, sir.
Says, look, let me just tell you the in and out of it, and you can just take all the information that I have, okay? And he
Take the stone.
says, look, we don't have it here. It's not here.
Okay.
It's gone.
Gone where?
It went with the Nimblewright.
Yeah, that's another thing we're looking for. That stupid machine. Where did it go? I'm losing my patience. I'm a very patient person.
She's like, what?
And I
I'm
just kinda
telling you what you want to know,
Okay.
but you don't want to know what I'm telling you. What do you want me to do here?
Okay.
Do you want me to
Start-
talk or no?
Start at the beginning. And by at the beginning, I don't mean the part where you puke in the movie theater. I mean, like...
Nice catch.
I mean, you know,
Right.
share the relevant information you have.
Okay. The Stone of Golor. First, it is a map and or key to the vault under the city, right? For 500,000 dragons is what's stored down there. Nobody knows exactly where, how to get into it, because of said things that were enchanted and such, but this is the key, if not the map, to getting in and finding it. At least so we're told. Now, we tried to obtain the stone, and we paid mercenaries, namely the Zentarum, and he looks like he's regretting saying these things, but he's still pushing forward. Says we paid Zentarum to steal the Stone of Golor from Raynor's father, and we sent a spy, a little gnome, and yes, we were just trying to get the stone, and so we were going to use Raynor as leverage, but that didn't pan out very well, and my wife was very frustrated with the Zents because they kept on going to extremes and forcing difficult situations, and their inability to secure it was just very, very stressing. So she gave the Nimblewright, which we found some time ago. The thing came in and it wanted a purpose, and we kind of gave it. She gave it one, and she gave it her necklace, and said,
Her necklace?
"Yes,
Was this necklace...
magical fireballs."
Blowing stuff up.
Yes, and she directed it to retrieve the stone. Those are the instructions she gave it, and it was very careless and caught countless people in a blast. I don't know why she gave it such a thing. Magic missile would have been much more effective. But...
Do you have a necklace of magic missile? You know, just asking.
No.
Okay, just asking. Go on.
So that kind of... I think that kind of brings us up to date. She sent it off recently. I don't know where she sent it. And I need everybody to make a perception check right now.
Perception. Come on.
Excuse me.
Come on, big money.
Oh.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm good.
All right, then.
Why
All right.
did I make 2 perception?
I don't know. I'm just taking your first one anyway.
That first one is impressive.
So he says, so basically, Erstel here, the man who is holding me hostage, was very violent, as he has been, and decided to start attacking us because he thought that we sent the Nimble Right to kill him. When all we were trying to do was obtain the same thing. We just thought that they were going too slow and being very sloppy.
Yeah, instead, you killed a bunch of innocent people, including one of her relatives, which I should just let her have at you.
He looks
it was really nasty and messy.
Yeah, he looks a bit terrified and he goes, No. We just wanted the Nimble Right to do it, and in case it got endangered to use the fireballs, we had no intention of anyone being injured. That's why the Zentarum were being so difficult to work with. They kept threatening
I just
people.
put my hand over his mouth and I cup it. I said, now because of your poor choices and your crappy actions, innocent people are dead.
Where is he right now? Like, I see, like...
And our windows got broken.
He's up against the wall next to the door.
Yeah, like right in this area here.
He's pretty much still in that room, I guess. I mean,
okay.
He's just up against the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just look at Graffola as like, if you want to bite his ankle before we...
And you've got your fingers over his mouth, and he's just kind of...
I go, no, it's okay. It's all right. And I kind of reach out and I pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, I know people make mistakes all the time.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Hold it. Robin, right at this moment, you hear, and they'll be here in just a couple minutes. I've sent for the watch. You heard it. You don't think anybody else did. You heard it coming from the other way, and it sounded like the noble's voice.
Patting
Continue.
him on the shoulder. Like, it's okay. I know people make mistakes. And I kind of walk a bit closer.
Hey,
and I'm
guys.
just going to knee him in the balls as hard as I can.
And yeah, you get the desired result.
I look at Vern and I'm like, what? We're busy.
He would double over, except the hand that's holding his mouth is holding it so firmly he just goes up against the hand.
That hurt so much.
I'm like, Vern, what do you want? We're busy.
Heard something like the watch being called?
Oh, your wife has been busy.
He takes 1 point of damage, by the way.
I look at him. I said, look, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take you to your wife. You're going to tell her to tell us what we want to know and where she sent the Nimble Rock. Because if you don't, it's going to end bad for you and not by us. The Zentarum guy, he's going to come back for you. And you barely survived what happened to you from that guy this time. I just kind of I just look over this.
Robin, you heard the rest of her words because you were really piqued after hearing some of that. She said they should be here in 2 minutes or less.
Really should get out of here.
She apparently is like yelling at one of her subordinates and basically saying not to worry anymore and kill anybody that tries to come through the doors. These are the things that you're hearing. It's not too... The rest of you can hear some commotion going on just through the other doors and stuff. Robin's able to make out... Vern is able to make out the details of it.
We really should get out of here, guys.
Well,
And 'cause
let's
that-
go. I just take my
that-
hand.
He's probably not going to be as useful.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, do we kill him or do we take him back to his that told this nimble right to kill him?
So-
I have a
I'll remove my hand. I'm like, look, we're not gonna kill you if that's what you're worried about. I'm not gonna let that happen. But
And he's like,
we
"Oh,
do
thank
need to know
God."
where this nimble right went. We really need to know where this nimble right went. So can you please have your lady please tell us? And we need.
I don't even know if she
by the
knows
way,
where
we
it went.
killed all these Zentarum for y'all, so your guards didn't have to do it. So you're clear.
And he looks like petrified that you just like stomped through and killed a bunch of the Zentarum. And he says, "Look, she said go hide. She didn't say where. I don't know. I swear to God. I swear to all the gods."
Would she have any guesses? Would she have any information?
I don't know. I wouldn't go through those.
He might be as good as dead if he goes near as well. I'm thinking he may be someone in disguise.
This is true. All right, well, come on, let's take it back. Let's get out of here. And by the way, we killed all the Zentarum not because we were trying to get to y'all. We thought we heard innocent people getting killed and dying, which is why we came to help. So just FYI.
Yeah, it turns out you're not so innocent. Perhaps we should have been.
So, you guys should tell someone to go get your guys'
in fact,
servants out of that one room.
In fact, I'm glad that your wife has called the watch because we have a few, pieces of info to share with them about what you guys have been up to. So
Yeah, they've been diligently looking for the people who caused the commotion and killed all those innocent.
So I think your wife has actually done us a bit of a favor there. She's just sped along our work.
Dude, you think there's a reward?
So, Smoke, I believe it's just you. Hold on a second. I'm just having a quick... Sorry, Kashka.
No.
Look at everybody's character sheets. Oh, I forgot about Nell. No. All right. Smoke, you start hearing what sounds like feathery wings beating outside. Really big ones. Like griffins.
Don't run away.
Where at?
Like outside, and you would probably recognize that last time you saw griffins, they were being ridden by people from the watch.
Oh yeah. I hear the griffins. Maybe I can get a bigger feather.
I was like, I look at everybody and like, we need to go now. Like, right. I tell this guy, I was like, look, this is your only chance. We're going to take you safely to your wife or whoever she is to you. Your servants are safe upstairs. We told them to stay in until everything was clear. But we have to get out of here because we're not going to be blamed for this crap that y'all created. Agreed? We're good?
And he just goes, just don't hurt me.
I was like, I tell everybody, let's go. We need to go now. And just grab him. I'm just kind of like, here, let me help you. We're not here. We're not gonna harm you. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Oh,
You're blurry.
There we go.
Now we're all in a rush, and I look at Smoke. I was like, "Do not go after those griffins. I will dunk you in the water in the river, and I will take all your feathers, and you will be grounded from feather duty. Now let's go."
I'm kind of looking at Mommy's cat, the way it's looking around, like I'm being yelled at for no reason.
Anybody else doing anything? Or are you all following her lead?
Following.
Yeah, following. For
Okay.
once, I'm going to do as I'm
follow,
told.
and I'm going to take my little gray hand vest and kind of put it on the inside of my cloak.
Okay. So, you guys start moving up.
We can pull that shit too. Official gray hand business out of the way.
All right, so you guys proceed through. Natea's kind of like pushing Orond forward in front of her, and he's kind of just like stuttering forwards. And you enter into the room where the guards are all at the doorway. They all act like they're ready to attack upon seeing somebody come through, but then they all kind of stand to attention and go, "Sir!" And two of them move forward to try and like help him like hold like under his arm or something like that. But they both stop immediately upon seeing Natea's hand, come through the doorway as well, pushing him forward. And then they both reach for their weapons as well, and they say, "Are you being accosted, sir?" And he says, "That's fine. It's fine." And he looks absolutely like terrified. He goes, "Stand down. Let them pass. They're here to help." And he kind of like looks over at you guys and goes,
I'm just like,
We should just kill him.
yes. We're here to help.
he's like, "They're on their way now. Thank you for your services." And he just kind of like does like this little nod and tries walking towards the guards. What do you guys do?
I'm just gonna keep with him, like I'm helping him, I guess, holding his arm or whatever. And I'm like, here. I was like, he was severely wounded, and I was able to heal him, but he needs to rest. So can you please let us through to, take him to the. We're not here to harm anybody, as I tried to tell you earlier.
Oh, you're trying to get into the you're trying to convince them to get in.
We're gonna try, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Or are you just letting it happen at the moment?
I'm
I'll
just letting it
follow,
happen.
But I think Vern needs to talk to her again. With his charisma and his personality gold.
Gold. All right. So, Griffola, are you just following along?
I will try and help.
You'll try and help. Okay. So the guards gladly take Oron's arms and kind of escort him forward. The two of them, at least. The other two kind of surround behind him and try and stand between you and Oron, and are saying, "Thank you for returning him to us. We'll take it from here." So, what do you do? They don't seem to want to allow you to move any further towards the door. And they still have their hands on their weapon hilts, though they have not drawn them yet.
Can I would like to pretend to be injured as well.
Okay.
You pretend to be injured.
Yeah. So, like, I probably got some of what's his name's blood, like, on me from,
Oh yeah,
trying
your
to
hands
patch him
are
up.
covered.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say, that Zentarum stabbed me while I was trying to help. Can I take a rest for a brief moment?
And boy, the guards just kind of look at you and they're like, "Get away, foul child!" They just kind of like give you kind of like this half-hearted kick.
I don't even get a deception roll out of this.
Nope. they see you.
Okay.
They're
I'm intimidating
disgusted
when
by
I don't
your
want to
appearance.
intimidate. I'm not deceiving when I want to deceive.
Okay. All right.
That's cool.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
So Go ahead. Okay, that was actually really good. So you're able to convince them that you have been injured,
But they're still like, get the hell out of here.
and they still, to be honest, they have no interest in whatever it is that you are coming anywhere near them.
Okay, I'm gonna take like a couple of steps forward, like staggering, like towards them,
The half-hearted boot comes out.
and I fall, like I like collapse on the guy's leg that's got the boot up against me, and just like
One of them starts very slowly drawing a sword and says, "Do you want me to finish her?" And looks at the rest of you.
Oh goodness. I'm like, look, I tell the guy, I'm like, remember what we told you, and remember what I told you about the Zentarum, and that guy, he got away, he will be back for you.
And
So you might want to probably leave. Oh, and don't forget about the information that we have for the watch, if you'd like us to stay and talk.
Orond turns around and says, I think you'd best leave now. And he actually looks like he might start having a change of heart on going along with what you were saying before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I smile at him. I said, you know, I can take your guards out regardless of the watch. But I'm going to let you know something.
This is the City Watch. Come out with your hands in the air. I need you to surrender all arms. You start hearing being called from above in the sky.
All arms. I look at the dead body on the floor. Can I just pick up and rip off one of their arms? I'm like, this arm? I just look at the guards. I'm like, they want this arm? Is that what they want? These arms?
And you actually start hearing through the other room. There's the female voice calling what sounds like outside or something like that, or to an outside wall. We're in here. We're trapped. We're surrounded. Help! Help! And Oron says, if you're leaving, you'd best do it now. And the guards all suddenly stop being any kind of friendly at all, even if it was remote. And all four of them turn and look, and one of them already has his sword mostly drawn, pulls it the rest of the way out, and has it at his side. The other three start drawing their weapons.
One question. Any passages we should take?
And Oron says, I think if you've managed to get in here, you can get back out. Thank you for the assistance.
I'm going to throw the arm at him. I'm like, we're leaving, but
He'll be like, ooh.
I'll be like, don't forget, we know where you are. We know a lot of other stuff about you too. Tread carefully. Let's go, guys, before the watch comes.
All right.
So I kind of stand up, like, suddenly, dust myself off, like, flip the guards the bird, and skip down the stairs.
You, like, hiss at him or something.
The guard that was...
I'm just like, double birds, and then, like, skip off down the stairs.
the guard...
Spit blood on it.
The guard that had his sword out that was offering to finish you is taken aback by your sudden recovery and kind of stumbles backwards upon your sudden miraculous recovery. And
then as I flip him the double birds, I'm like, idiots! And I'm like, goodbye.
I just look at him and shake my head and shrug like, crap, I don't even know. Just like, let's get out of here.
All right. I noticed that half of your tokens have been moving and the other half of them have not been moving at all. As much as the token movement is good,
you want me to move my token?
I might.
There we go.
I might zoom out a bit here. Let's go to 50%. This might take me a minute here. There we go. All right. So, are you guys heading back downstairs? I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Are you attempting to be stealthy on your leave, or are you doing so once you get into open space, or what?
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
I'm always stealthy.
Okay. Right now, you guys are just trying to make an expeditious retreat. Yes. All right. So let's see if I can actually grab all of you without grabbing any of the dead tokens. Crap, I grabbed a dead token. All right, well.
All we could do for is you just move Koshko over by one, and then you grab everyone else.
Let's see if I can scroll
Or
down.
are we dragging a dead body with us?
You might be dragging a dead body with you. Who knows? So let's drag all of you to here. I think that works. I'm scrolling down now so I can see where I just put you guys. Yeah, that works. You guys came out into the room where you tricked, betrayed, and stabbed the Zentarum that were there. Whoa, I just scrolled down way a little too much. So, where do you proceed from here? Yeah, you're straight down if you guys are curious where you are on the map now.
Yeah, I see. I'm just like there were a couple of doors over here that we didn't try. Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering.
Time.
I know, but I'm wondering if they're like a faster way out than
this door here. I don't know if you can see the ping because it's so slow for me.
Yeah.
That one has glass in the door, and you can see that it looks like it may be the main doors to the house. The main entrance to the house.
I don't feel like we should go out those doors.
Well, I mean, you know they're going to be at the back. But maybe we can jump on some of them horses. I want to ride the scary one.
Smoke, with your passive perception, you're able to see that they are currently several, like maybe 15 or more city watch at the front gates that you can see directly. Let me give you an idea of the direction. In this direction, through, there is a lobbyway. Actually, I should probably just remove that.
Maybe we should just go back out the way we came.
Because you guys can see through that window if you really look. Just do this. Can I click on that? Please? Thank you. That would be nice. There we go. So this is what you can see through the windows in the door.
And that's a tree.
That is a tree, yep.
Okay.
And right here, I don't know if you guys can see the arrow. Smoke, you are able to see a whole host of guardsmen are at the front gates, and the gates are locked. They're currently trying to break the gates down.
Okay, so back doors.
No. Didn't you grab some keys? We can go up there, open the gate. Sorry about that. Let them all run in, then we'll walk back.
I'm covered in blood.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, I can probably I have like a little bit of magic that I can use to help get past them.
Vern is covered in blood as well.
But I can't help this guy. I point it for him.
Go back
all right, out the back then.
All right, objects and
Yeah,
tokens.
out the back for me.
Okay.
All right, so
We only had one spell slot.
this is actually the way to go that you
Yeah.
guys came in. Just because I know that it's been like a month since we've played or more.
I was kind of assuming that, considering that every other door is locked.
And then you found like the dead maid in there,
Mhm.
and you guys went through this door. And there's Nell.
That was the upstairs area.
Excuse me.
Oh, over here was outside.
So this is the door outside, right?
Yep.
Actually, can I send Nell out quick to like scout out the door quick, see if there's anybody?
Nell, as if I remember properly, already was outside and just
Okay.
kind of perched.
Okay.
But Nell says that there is one griffin currently circling that is calling out to drop your arms and surrender. And they seem to be circling around mostly the front yard. There's a second one off in the distance. And it looks like this one is coming in for a landing, and it's going to try and attempt to help the guards at the front. That's what you get from Nell.
Okay.
Is
So-
it pitch black outside?
It is. It's after dusk. So
Do they have any lights outside?
there were lights at the front because that was the
between
main.
us, this area, the back door in there.
There is one currently, I will say here, that was a sconce, but it is out.
So none are lit.
None are lit at the moment. Usually,
Okay.
that's the job of the people that you slaughtered.
Hey, we didn't kill them all. I'm just saying.
The shadows.
One.
The shadows.
All right. Then
So
we should
Nell
go
says,
over
if you're gonna go, now's the time.
Okay. I bust a move out the door.
I stroll leisurely outside.
Boop, 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 boop.
All right. So, are you going through into the stables?
I think so.
All right, let's get. Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Seriously, if you're going to be stealthy, give me a stealth roll.
I'm being stealthy. I'm gonna
Just because
hide.
you're bad at stealth doesn't mean that you don't have a possibility of rolling above a 10. So come on.
But I'm in the dark.
Shut it. Just because people can't see you doesn't mean... And they have to have dark vision to
Oh,
not
wait.
see you.
Hey, if they don't have dark vision, they can't see me.
No, it's those that have dark vision can't see you.
Yeah, but if they don't,
Then
they
they
can't
can.
see me. I'm in the dark.
They'll hear you though, but not me.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
go stealth. Come on.
Okay. So then you guys pretty stealthily are able to sneak into the stables. And you've got the doors
Nell's coming with me.
are closed because you guys slid the door closed. But the horses are in there. They do seem a bit calmer. And the carriage, of course. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on this. This might take me a moment. So, what do you do now? I'm assuming that you just leave, but I don't know with this group. You guys might do something else.
So, hang on though. If I remember, weren't the doors like...
We had opened it, I believe, but
This
we had
door,
basically pulled it closed.
it's not locked. You guys had
Wasn't it
slid
loud,
it closed.
though? Was it loud?
It's a large, like, sliding door.
Do I remember it being loud?
It was pretty loud. But you did open it pretty far before.
Maybe we could just open it a little bit and slip through?
That
For
sounds like
you
a
and the
plan.
cat.
I need everybody to make an intelligence roll.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Okay. Boop. Oh, that's a save. Whoops.
Yeah, no.
Let's try it again. Hang on.
Right. Who got the 19? And the
That was me.
okay. And Mr. Monkey?
He got the 5.
Oh, he got the 5. Okay. So Natea and Grifola both remember, at least, whether you want to act on it is up to you, but you both remember that the horse had magical items on it,
Had shoes. He had magic shoes.
as well as some saddlebags that looked like they were full, still on the horse.
Yeah, I remember that horse was mean too. It wouldn't let us get near.
Should we steal the horse?
Still the
I
horse.
don't think that horse liked you from what I recall last time.
Was it me? Might have
With all
been me.
of us.
I think it just didn't like all of it. Well, we don't want it to make too much commotion. If we try to mess with it, it makes noise. They're gonna come back here, so we might just leave him alone for now. We know where he's at.
Can I give it a try? One try, and if it doesn't work, then we run.
Did
How
he
about everyone
draw
else slips out
his-
first and then?
Okay.
Is Nell still flying around outside?
No, she is with me.
Okay.
She is on my shoulder.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to slide this door open. I'm like, well, let us get out first, so in case the horse freaks out, you can get.
Okay. I'm gonna try and find some food.
Okay. There's a bucket of oats
I love
nearby. It was actually hanging outside of it.
Okay. So I'm gonna run in there, grab like a whole handful of grain or some other
We
horse
tried
treats.
that. When we came in, Rifolet didn't want that food.
And
Pretty horse.
Are you
Is that
trying to
horse?
sabotage her efforts?
and I approach very carefully.
All right. So you make an animal handling or animal Wait, is there an animal check?
There's an animal handler.
Animal handling check. And Natea, I need you to make
Please.
a dexterity check.
Almost as good as a 1.
The horse has no interest and seems to not care for your presence, to keep it summed up there. With the dexterity check, you're able to actually open the door slowly, carefully, and without much sound at all.
I'm like, all right, the door's open. Let's go. Let's go.
You can peek outside. Doesn't look like there's anybody there on just a quick peek.
I'll do a perception check outside.
Okay.
To make sure it works.
I'm going to cast Unseen Servant and use the Unseen Servant to relieve the horse of its bags.
You know?
How much can your unseen servant carry? This is very important.
Has a strength of 2, so it can't carry a lot. So maybe instead of trying to go for the whole bag, it's pulling things out of the bag. Hang on, let me check. Is Unseen Servant
your perception check
concentration?
reveals that there is nobody that you can see outside in the horse carriage access. Outside.
So I'm kind of backing off a bit. Unseen Servant. And Unseen Servant is just ferrying shit to me out of the horse's bag as quickly as it can.
There's one heavy item in each bag.
Oh, God.
So there's no ferrying a bunch of stuff. You start seeing the edge of what looks like a gold bar.
Guys, I'll be right back. and I cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then
I'm just leaving out the door.
So you guys see Griffola just say, "I'll be right back." And then she just, poof, disappears. And you guys start slipping one by one through the doorway, very gently and carefully.
Yeah, I forgot there's a servant door over here.
So I'm going to sneak into the stall next to, what's his name? Maladar, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And try and lean over. Well, I'm just picturing this like, kind of classic stable where you can kind of lean between the stables. So I'm going to try and lean over invisibly and snag the closest gold bar out of the bag.
Okay. Let's just do a plain old dexterity check. You're trying not to disturb the horse, trying to get the items out of the saddlebag.
Come on.
Nice.
Not a problem. You're able to find sufficient footing, keeping yourself invisible. You are able to find out that there is indeed, on the saddlebag on this side, 1 gold bar.
Okay.
It is somewhat heavy, but you're able to pop that thing into your backpack. I'm sure that's probably what you're doing.
And I don't think I could reach the other one.
You'd have to go around the other side of the horse, which there's no fence to climb up on that side.
Yeah.
Is invisibility concentration?
That's a good question. I don't remember. It is, yes.
Okay. You think with much difficulty your unseen servant might be able to knock it out of the saddlebag, but it wouldn't be able to carry it towards you. But that would also drop a gold bar right next to the horse. You might be able to get in there, but it would take some talent to do so without really upsetting the horse.
I'll just go for the 1.
Okay.
I'm just pocketing this chunk of gold and catching up with
your backpack. It like has this heavy spot in the bottom of it right now, and you feel the weight. It seems to be the genuine thing.
Okay.
So you guys start taking off for where? under cover of darkness.
Dang it, I really wanted that pony. He had magic shoes.
Oh, it would have given you those magic shoes, all right.
Maybe we should go back to the...
You're actually able to catch up with the rest of them really easily because you're invisible, and you're not as concerned about being seen as they are. Knowing where that they went out and the general direction that they went, you're able to catch up to them.
Okay.
Are you guys heading back to the manor?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, any objection to that, Kashka?
No, I mean,
All right.
I'm just catching up, so...
Okay, so I'm just going to leave us on this screen for the moment. We're going to say you guys get back to the manor, and it currently has patrons. The place is open. It's like a pre-open thing, I guess what you want to call, like where they do like I can't remember what it's called. It's not like the grand opening, but it's like a pre-grand opening or something. The place has windows in it. Everything's up and running. There's a few patrons inside. The lights are on. Do you guys want to go into the main area where all the patrons are, or do you want to go into your own personal area?
Personal.
I'm covered in blood, so personal.
Okay. All
I'll
right.
go in the main area because, I'm not covered in blood.
Actually, you've got some blood on you. You remember stabbing a bunch of dudes in the main dining hall?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think... actually, all of you have some blood on you at somewhere.
Well, Natea did rip off a guy's arm.
Yeah, and she also has a very bloody mace, so...
All right, personal areas and clean up, and then join the party.
All right, so you guys proceed to go into your own personal areas of the manor house. Welcome back on surviving the invasion of Gralhund Manor, which took us 3 episodes and 2 months to get through. Oh. After this episode, you guys can all level up to level 4.
My God, it's been so long, and we weren't hanging on.
And if you want, you can if you just reset your stuff for now. Don't worry about getting extra hit points and things like that at the moment. Next time we resume, you can have those extra abilities and everything as if you'd rested full for them.
So we could do that later, just not yet.
Yeah. So if you guys end up getting into trouble before we end up finishing the session today, then, and you roll for hit points and stuff, and next time you can gain, the extra hit points on top of what you at the moment have. Anyway, let's talk about stuff going on. Are you guys resting and
Yes.
taking it easy for the night and seeing what Bonnie's got going on downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Checking out what Bonnie's doing.
All right. So
Taking us money.
more or less, Bonnie's running the place with a few new faces. She's got a few other girls there because you guys lost several of your employees. She's got a couple barmaids that look to be about Bonnie's age. They look human, and there seem to be several halflings in the place. Who all would visit the tavern part of it tonight? All right.
I would.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I guess I will.
I think I'm going to pass unless I hear something especially noisy or...
Well, I mean, it's a tavern, so you're...
I know, but if there's some kind of beyond the normal noise level.
Oh, so if there's trouble or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna wait for food to be brought up for you?
Okay, Mike, come get some food.
All right. So if most of you, I think Griffola would probably take the most amount of time cleaning up because she was pretty much soaked in it. But
Did
the
she
rest
also hide in the pile of dead bodies?
Oh yeah, I forgot about
a
that.
little bit. You guys have all pretty much gone down there. And Bonnie's got like 2 barmaids herself, and several halflings are running around in the kitchen and doing cleanup jobs and stuff. You don't have very many patrons, but it's more like get the place ready for the grand opening type thing, and they're just taking in a few patrons that are interested, so that they can actually work out the kinks and stuff, is what it seems like. Bonnie's being very good about this, and she seems to be putting up a strong face, but she also seems somewhat distracted. Though you guys don't really get much of a chance to talk to her because she's still staying incredibly busy, and anytime somebody tries talking to her, she ends up finding something that needs attention to keep the place going and keeping the patrons happy there. And everybody that seems to be attending the tavern seems to be pretty happy about it reopening and the place. It looks great, and it's good to have it open again. Griffola, when you get downstairs and you come into the tavern, obviously the food smell hits you and everything, and everyone's inside and they're having their meals and whatnot. You realize, I've seen some of these halflings that are running in and out of our kitchens and stuff before. I think they were some of the patrons down at Emmett's pub. Not people that worked there, but people that were drinking there.
Okay.
That's all. Otherwise,
I might ask Bonnie about that if I get the chance.
she doesn't give too much of an opportunity for conversation throughout the.
How about the
time.
halflings?
Halflings seem more than willing to try and talk, but she tends to try and cut them off, more or less, saying, make sure to get to work and take care of this, and that needs tending to and stuff. There's 3 halflings, 2 barmaids, and Bonnie, which is way more than is needed, but she's keeping everybody really busy. She's being a manager of the place, more or less.
Okay. I make a mental note to ask Bonnie about this tomorrow.
Okay. So you guys end up all enjoying your meals, your drinks, recounting the the fireball in the face stuff. It's all sorts of fun things, hiding in piles of bodies, always good stuff. And you guys take rest for the night and get a good night's sleep. No commitments currently are pressing at this exact moment. Nothing is burning down. It's great. You guys wake up in the morning and you're fresh, come downstairs, go into the tavern, and Bonnie is there, and she is making breakfast.
Okay.
For you guys.
And is this like
Bonnie, you are amazing.
is this like earlier than we usually see her?
Typically she has gone home and come back and stuff like that, but it seems like she might have stayed here all night.
I say, Bonnie, where did you sleep?
And she kind of dodges it a little bit, and she's like, I've got you guys some muffins making. I hope you don't mind. I kind of got carried away last night with like a pre-grand opening thing. I just
All
wanted
right, what's going on?
And she says, what do you mean?
We have like extra rooms in this place. Bonnie, do you want one?
And she kind of like, upon you asking her that, she actually starts to cry a little bit. And she tries hiding it.
I mean, we'll try to find you one without a ghost. It's cool.
And she's like, no, it's not that. It's been such kind of a roller coaster lately, and you guys have been really nice to me, and I'm just trying to do a good job and fit in, and you guys just keep on giving me more. I feel like you guys are kind of a family to me. I just wanted to say thank you.
No. Thank you, Bonnie. For real. Find a room, put your stuff in it, and keep making muffins and what.
And she continues making muffins, and going back to making muffins in there. But before
Actually,
she's able, what's that?
I really need some tarts.
She says, I can do that. I'll do that. Oh, you'll have tarts tomorrow then. And as she goes back into the kitchen, you hear her make a squeak. Like, ah! Noise. And she runs back out and goes, There's a rat in the kitchen. I don't know where a rat came from. There's a rat in the kitchen.
I've got it. I'm barreling in there as fast as I can.
And you do indeed see that there's a rat in the kitchen.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that.
And it's gnawing on one of the flour bags. And it does not seem to...
No, that's my flour.
It doesn't seem to be that scared, actually.
That's too bad for it. I'm gonna eat it.
All right, so you're going to try, like, nabbing the rat that's gnawing on the flour?
I'll throw a knife at it.
Okay. Throw your attack roll, sir. Yes, that's right. You guys are level 4 before you start fighting rats in the basement. Yeah. Playing a little reverse psychology. Usually that's level 1 stuff. Start you out easy. All right, roll your attack roll, sir. I gotta see if you hit it or if you cause more damage to the flour bag.
Has not been adjusted for level 4, by the way.
Okay. So you yeah, I don't think that would really help much. You miss the rat, and your dagger does land very close to it, but it does not pierce the flour bag. Instead, it just kind of sticks into a cabinet wall right next to that. And the rat squeaks and scurries through a hole in the wall. That hole wasn't there.
Okay, I've got to investigate that.
And it looks like there's a small hole, somewhat freshly made in the wall.
Why do you hate me?
And Bonnie's like, did you get it? Is it gone? She's got this bowl with a wooden spoon, and she's like still mixing it.
They say, Bonnie, come here a minute while he's doing that. Let's you and I have a chat about halflings.
And upon you saying that, she kind of like, oh gosh, oh, sorry, rat.
Wow.
I don't care for rats.
I'm going to try not to take that personally.
And she goes, no, I don't care for rats. And she seems really on edge about the rats. So
I'm really tempted to shoot a firebolt into that hole.
But she goes along with you. Meanwhile, there's still some bread sitting out from last night, and you guys that were not in the kitchen stuff, namely Natea and Vern, see that it looks like there's a crumpled blanket on one of the seating areas, and it appears that that's probably where she stayed last night. That's what you would draw the conclusion from, at least. So, Smoke, you see that the hole seems to be not gnawed through, but more like carved or cut or something like that. Maybe
right,
chipped.
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt into it.
Okay.
Gonna burn the place down. We just gotta figure it out.
It's a wooden wall.
Professional.
I should mention it's a wooden wall.
Okay.
Did you want to reconsider?
Yeah. I'll send my mage hand in there and see if I can find anything.
Okay. All right. So you start patting around with your mage hand, and you're investigating this thing. So why don't you give me an investigation roll as well? And Kashka. Oh wow. Did you want to have your conversation with Bonnie?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say to her, I noticed like some of the halflings that were here helping out yesterday were actually former patrons of what's his name's. Wait, what was it called? What was that tavern called? The Rusty. What was it? Was that the Rusty Nail?
No, not
What
the
the hell was that?
It was.
Probably in our notes.
Hold on. There it is. Froon's Brews.
There you go. That's what I
Oh,
said.
the tavern right by us.
Yes.
So
And
they're
she
former
says,
patrons of Froon's. What are they doing in here? Like,
"Oh yeah, you drank there? That's kind of a questionable place, really."
listen, stay on topic.
Well, I mean, I was kind of, I put out a for hire sign, and the three brothers here kind of, showed up, and they fit the bill. They seemed to know what they were doing, really. So I brought them on board to replace some of the people that we lost. And I also brought in a couple of my, well, they're my mates, they're not my friends, or not my sisters, but I kind of consider them that. They were the barmaids that were helping last night.
Are we going to piss some people off here, though?
What do you mean?
Well, we're stealing employees, stealing customers.
Stealing employees? Whose employees? They were all unemployed before.
Oh, right. Okay. So your friends weren't from the Yawning Portal?
No, they were...
Okay. Just checking.
I hate to say it, but they weren't very well accepted in other places, and I tried to give them a chance. They help out.
They seem to be doing a nice job last night. So
okay, yeah.
that's cool.
I mean,
but
I trust
it's a bit
them.
weird that we're stealing customers.
Customers?
Fruins.
Well, I mean, they don't get free drink and ale here or anything like that, so I'd imagine if they still want to, work over there, purchase their beers over there, they can. They were looking for employment, so I was looking to hire, and...
You don't think there's anything shady going on, do you?
I don't know. What do you think that they brought? Do you think that they brought the rats in?
Oh, that thought hadn't crossed my mind, but maybe.
She's like, ooh. Okay.
No
Why
worry,
would they
Bonnie,
want to
we'll
bring
send
rats
somebody
in?
to chase the rats.
All right, so at this point, Smoke, your investigation shows that it looks like the hole in the wall. You do not catch any rats. It apparently got through and found another hole somewhere else. And in your investigation, you realize there are a few holes. Some smaller, some larger, but they're all on the ground, and they all seem to be somewhat man-made.
How big are these holes? Now I think about it.
Rat size.
How big are these rats?
Man-made rat size.
I would say the rat, it's probably the same size as your fist, but the holes are about half that because they just, that they're not balled up or anything.
And he's just looking inside the holes, correct?
Yes, he's searching the holes and looking around at them and stuff like that.
Okay.
He was trying to see if he could catch a rat in there.
I just yelled through the door for the kitchen. Smoke, did you catch that rat?
No, but there's a bunch of man-made holes in here.
And
Man-made holes.
Bonnie seems a bit more on edge upon him saying no. And she's darting, her eyes are darting around the room nonstop.
I'll go in the kitchen and look and see what he means by man-made hole.
Upon that, Bonnie turns to Griffola and says, "Look, I don't know about the halflings. I mean, I was just trying to get some people in here, and they seemed all right, but I can definitely vouch for the other barmaids. I've known them all my life, so..."
Yeah, let's just keep an eye on the halflings, I guess.
Okay, all right. So, are we still on? Because I was thinking... Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. I was thinking we'd have a grand opening tonight, if you guys are up for it. I mean, otherwise we're just bleeding money. at this point. Is that all right?
Sure. I mean,
Do you want me to put any like posters up or anything like that?
do you have any posters to put up?
No, but I mean, we could get some people to do it.
I don't know. I mean, Grafola's like, she's backing away slowly, has no like experience doing any of this crap, and is like,
She looks over to Natea.
not
She's like,
particularly anxious to take.
"You're the actual deed owner, aren't you?"
Yes. Here, sign like this.
She says, "If that's what you want, I'll be glad to do it. I just figure, if it's a grand opening and whatnot, we want to tell people that we're here. But I don't know if I'm going to be watching these guys. I don't know that I could run the place and watch them at the same time.
Oh, I'll watch him. Don't worry.
You guys are all going to be here then for the grand opening.
I've got my eye on
I know
him.
you've got lots of other things going on, but that would be really nice."
All right, I will take a. Okay, I'll take one dragon out of my pocket and give it to her and tell her, get what you need, signs, or have them made, and whatever you can get with this, and I'll give her the one dragon and tell her, plan your grand opening. Hopefully that'll help.
Oh yeah, and Grafola sees the gold dragon and suddenly goes, I nabbed a bar of gold. I mean, she doesn't she in her head, suddenly this light bulb, I nabbed a bar of gold. I didn't even check
suddenly
it out.
remember you've got a bar of gold in your backpack up in your room.
Right, so she's like, I'll be right back.
Grafola suddenly
Scampers off.
disappears.
And I want to have a look at that bar of gold, see if there's anything like, any markings on it, or if...
So the rest of you pretty much, Bonnie works with Smoke to try and get him to stay in the kitchen and watch for rats while she finishes making you guys breakfast. And then she says after breakfast she'd go out and see about getting some people out to maybe get rid of the rats or something like that for it. And then she finishes making breakfast while that's going on. Grafola, you said that you were inspecting it?
Yeah, I'm gonna thoroughly look at this bar of gold, see if there are any markings. I'll do detect magic on it. Probably should have done that before I nabbed it.
It does not glow.
Okay, good.
It turns out to be a 5-pound gold trade bar.
Okay.
And yes, I realize I was making it sound a lot heavier, but bars of gold.
My unseen servant totally could have picked up the other.
So if you roll me an intelligence check, I can give you a general appraisal guess.
Intelligence, not my strongest. Ooh.
Okay. You'd estimate it to be worth
She's shiny.
anywhere from 5 dragons to 5,000 dragons. You're not really sure, but you've got a bar of gold.
It's so shiny.
Right.
She does this thing where she spits on it a bit and polishes it with her sleeve. She's
It actually made it a little bit dirtier.
it didn't work out.
Wrong sleeve. No.
Tries the other sleeve.
There you go. It actually shines up nicely. You think that it looks though like it's probably a common thing. It doesn't have any insignias around it. It seems to be a regular just bar of gold.
Okay. All right. That's good as long as it... I mean, she's trying to figure out what it was doing in the horse saddlebag, but also making sure that if she gets caught with it, that there aren't any unique identifiers that she should be trying to
Okay.
scratch off or something.
Okay. All right. Anything else you're doing with it? You're just gonna...
Oh, once I've checked it over, I'll just kind of tuck it away somewhere, hide it.
All right.
Under a loose floorboard or something.
I'm sure you'd be able to manage that. All right. So you manage that. And anything you guys are doing specifically? You still have a nimble right that has gone missing. Bonnie is eager to help out and seems to have recently procured herself an absence of a place to stay. But now she's here. She wants to know what room she might take, and then she arranges that with you guys.
Any room that she wants.
Has she been
I'm
like?
gonna stay in the kitchen. I'm going to kill some rats. I'm gonna grab all my weaponry.
Has she been kicked out of her previous accommodation?
Are you asking her that?
Yeah.
Okay. She pretty much would end up saying at some point, because she'd be in and out throughout the day. You guys aren't really doing too much today, just kind of getting things prepped and ready for the grand opening. And she would say, well, here's the deal, is that before, you know how a certain someone was paying my way? Well, he's not paying my way anymore. I don't even know where he went.
Oh, he disappeared?
I think there was some trouble.
Oh, like trouble with
I don't
city
know.
guard?
I
Trouble
heard that
with-
there was a ruckus at the yawning portal, and then I haven't seen him since.
Oh, okay.
And I really didn't have a place to stay, because I was kind of staying there, you know, because that's how I was making ends meet, is he was giving me room and board. So you guys coming in with a clinch like this, it's a lot.
Well, Bonnie, you're doing a hell of a lot here. I think not only should we give you like room and board, but also a share of the profits, really.
And she actually looks like she's getting a bit lightheaded at that. She's like,
Okay,
look, I'm
calm
already
down,
handling the
calm down.
money. I'd feel weird if I was taking a share. I'm really happy being here with you guys, and we're gonna be so successful. You guys just watch.
Okay, well, maybe we return to this subject in the future.
Okay.
You seem a little excitable right now.
She's very excitable right now. She's like just the bee's knees. Everything you guys are just doing for her is just amazing.
But I am like really worried about these rat holes.
1 second, I need to do a refresh. We're gonna go to Singapore. Oh, that's great. That just messed things up. Hold on, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just totally... Discord just froze up on me and just totally... Welcome back.
I can see your files.
Yeah, I'm a mouse now. Hi, everybody. We're getting close to the end of the stream anyway, so you're just going to have to deal with me being a mouse and everybody else's screens being a little bit askew. Let me fix that. There we go.
That's weird.
So anyway, what was it that you were saying there?
I'm worried about these rat holes.
Okay. What about them? Who are you talking to?
Well, I'm gonna ask Smoke if he's found anything more about them.
Yes, I found a bunch of rat holes.
It's great.
I don't know. I'm still feeling around inside all of them with the mage hand to see if I can catch.
Okay.
Okay. Pretty much, you might end up coming out in the end with one rat before you're pretty much done. But you are able to get at least one of the rats, though you have seen at least 3 different ones.
So can I have a look at these?
Mm-hmm.
This damage to our property?
You want to do an investigation?
Sure. Come on, please. No, not at all.
You see rat holes, and you don't see exactly what he was describing, but you see rat holes.
Maybe we should patch them up, do you think? Stop the rats getting in?
Vern, how about you? You've kind of been just chilling out here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of watching them as they go after the hole and the rat and everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find some. Wasn't there like a woodworking place like around the corner or something?
There is.
I'm gonna go over there and see if I can either buy some bits and bobs to fix these rat holes, or see actually if I can procure their skills to do this for me, because I don't think I'm a very good carpenter.
Okay. Yeah, they'd be able to manage that. And they'd probably offer to come over and take a look real quick and fix things up for you for a few silver.
Yeah, I say to them, do rats usually move in this quickly? Like, I don't remember. I mean, well, we haven't seen any rats. We've been here for like quite a while. It feels like quite a while. And then suddenly rats.
You don't remember there being rat holes yesterday, but then you weren't looking for rat holes yesterday.
And so that's why I'm asking, like, carpenter guy while they're taking a look.
Say, I've seen rats do some terrible things. I don't know. Can't say I've seen this amount of damage in like a day or so. I mean, this looks like something over the period of like 6 months, but it doesn't really look like rats either.
What does it look like?
Looks like somebody poked a hole in your wall.
Like,
That's what I said. They're man-made.
so that, like, from the inside or from the outside?
It looks like they were from the outside. So you actually have some stonework that needs to be done as well, but otherwise it's just little stuff. And he's plugging them from the inside right now, so you don't need to worry about that.
Can I, like, investigate around the area of the outside wall where the damage is? Or maybe Vern would be better for this. Vern, come and look at this with me. I'm really crap at looking for, like, anything.
All right. So, Vern, Griffola, both of you make Actually, no, Vern, you make an investigation check with advantage.
You picked the worst person to do this. Well, like,
Wow. Wow.
I don't know why it decided.
Why does it do the triple click?
-1.
I literally picked one time. Because I said you picked the worst person.
All right. So, you are able
I was
to...
thinking, like, as a ranger, you'd have all these, like, skills for tracking and, like, figuring out.
I do. Because I'm a rogue.
Well, still, you guys are able to find a few small holes in the walls outside. They're not like hidden or anything, and it looks like they may have been like bored out, perhaps, because it is stone.
Sabotage. Somebody is sabotaging our property.
That's up to you guys to figure out if that's true or not.
So the part where the part of the building where this hole has been bored.
Kitchen.
Is that a well-trafficked area?
Hold on. Let's actually grab you guys and bring you over.
I know, I'm totally going all Illuminati on this.
Let's bring you over to Troll Skull Manor, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. What were you asking again?
I was asking if it is a well-trafficked area. Like outside. My point is, would we be able to see, if there's recent kind of footprints or any... I'm searching for clues here.
Okay. All right. So let's have both of you separately. This is assuming, Vern, you're going along with her questioning and trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's have both of you do a regular straight-up investigation check then. For suspicious areas and what you can find.
No.
Wow.
Come on, just one click.
There we go.
This time it had one click.
That works. Okay. So there's nothing around the main front area, like where the words first floor are. There's nothing on the west wall of that area either, but there is some on the south wall into the kitchen, and there's at least one on the east wall. In the close to the pantry, but not at the pantry. It's actually probably here. You okay there?
Yep. Sorry.
So you are able to find a few holes basically around these edges here.
So it's not one hole, but multiple?
Yes. So, while you guys have been doing this, and the carpenter guy is fixing things on the inside and whatnot, Bonnie ends up returning, and she's got, like, she hired somebody to put up a bunch of posters around town, and she's got some more, she didn't need to get more food or drink because you guys already have a bunch of that set and ready for the grand opening. But she did get some special smoked meats brought in just for the occasion to have ready for the evening. But she returns with that.
Okay. So we weren't able... I mean, obviously I wasn't really able to...
You were not able to find anything more than the holes outside.
Okay. Neither of us.
Correct.
Okay. So no tracks away from the holes
It's
directly to
it may be somewhat of it may still be somewhat of an alley or something like that, but in fact, let me take a look at Troll Skull Alley itself. Okay, yeah. So let's bring you guys over to Troll Skull Alley so you can see that, and then we'll close that. So you can see basically it's along this back wall here. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That you're seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a traveled area because there are other entrances. Just, you know, it's not like grassy or anything like that. It's still like cobblestone work and whatnot. It's a raised area, a little bit tufts of grass here and there. So it's not exactly easy tracking area. It's not like
Still
muddy
think
ground.
sabotage. I still think somebody sabotaged us.
Man-made holes made alongside here. Gotcha. That's good. All right. So do you guys just want to fast forward through to the grand opening?
Yeah.
Unless I found anything more.
Nothing really. You tried staying vigilant for rats. You did not find any more besides the one or two that you saw earlier. And you believe that the carpenter has pretty much sealed up what he can, made some plug holes, and one of them that he couldn't really replace, like without replacing a huge area, ended up making like this little decorative stopper type thing, so it actually looks like just some neat little knickknack in the wall instead. And you guys are able to do so, and I believe that most likely the carpenter just offered to just plug up the holes on the outside a little bit with just some stuff that he had. Some stuff. he had some bits and bobs and put like a board over it and whatnot, so it's not just easy opening anymore. But I mean, it's completely temporary because they're not like screwed in or hammered in or anything like that. More just like putting a wedge in a hole so that the rat can't get in and start gnawing at the other stuff. But there you go. So the opening starts. You guys have like this banner across the front that Bonnie ended up getting, and you help her set up and get a lot of people coming in. Are you doing anything further, or just going to enjoy the evening?
I don't know. I'm stalking around the kitchen inside and out.
Okay.
Gonna see if anyone else tries anything funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
post
gonna
now.
keep an eye on all those halflings. I'm gonna sit in the corner with my feet up on a table or something and just watch them.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna post Nell up on like whoops. Maybe on the roof like here.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on the exterior. And then yeah, I'm gonna also keep an eye on the halflings.
Okay.
Man, you sounded really Aussie whenever you said exterior.
Exterior? I have no idea.
It's just the way you said it. It was like all of a sudden you went,
Okay. And Vern, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the evening? Are you keeping watch? Are you trying to help Bonnie?
Keeping watch.
Are you getting more rats to put it in the holes that you made earlier that nobody knows yet?
Keeping watch.
Okay. Where are you keeping watch, sir? Inside, outside? What?
Outside. Yeah, around here.
Okay. Just kind of like leaning up against the building for several hours?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, pretty much it sounds like... oh, wait. So, Griffola, where are you? I know where Nell is.
I'm inside. I'm gonna, yeah, kind of...
Join Natea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye on the halflings.
And then Smoke, you're skulking around, just trying to like move from shadow to shadow, looking for any kind of suspiciousness and trying to stay out of sight. Yes. Okay, Verna, are you trying to stay out of sight, or are you just kind of like trying to loiter? In a way.
Stay out of sight more of.
Okay, then I will need stealth checks from the two of you.
That's not my character sheet.
From your character sheet, please. Okay. And Smoke. Oh, wait, that was you. You did the 11, yeah? Okay. All right. So you guys start doing your stealthy routine. On occasion, there's actually quite a bit of traffic coming to and from the tavern. Griffola and Natea, you guys notice that Bonnie and her crew are staying extremely busy. You guys are having a really good night as far as sales goes. The halflings that you see working inside seem to be doing pretty good. They struggle here and there. It would appear that it might be lack of experience. It might be something else. I don't know. But I mean, you don't know any of their history or whatnot. You do learn from Bonnie that they are all brothers, one to each other. And the barmaids do surprisingly an expert job. Not a single glass or anything like that is broken, dropped, or otherwise mistreated. And there's... Actually, let's have the two stealthers do perception checks then for any kind of suspicious activity as well.
Don't forget Nell.
And Nell, please.
No, forgotten.
Ooh.
There it is. Okay. All right. The three of you, not one of you, notice anything suspicious outside that might lead you to see further activity of sabotage or whatnot. Inside...
I was also checking inside the kitchen, yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then those that are inside, let me get a perception check from you as well. And Mr. Monkey will just put a pause on yours for a moment.
Okay, here's Griffola's. Yeah.
And Natea. All right. You guys don't see any suspicious activity or anything? I would say that it seems like they're just trying to keep up. There's nothing really going on inside. Nobody's noticing anything. I would say, Griffola, you think you notice one of the halflings notice the decorative plate in the wall, but you can't be sure if they just notice it or if they think that, like, oh, that's strange, somebody plugged the hole that I dug yesterday. You're not sure. You just see them see it, and that's it.
Do I recall Smoke catching any of the rats?
He caught one of the rats.
Do I recall what Smoke did with the rat that he caught?
Smoke, what did you do with the rat that you caught?
I killed it.
He killed it.
Man.
Then what did you do with it? Throw it away? Eat it? Flush it down the toilet?
Probably ate it. I mean, you know.
Yes, Griffola, you would recall him.
I ate his head and I left his body sitting there like cats do.
You recall that. Because it's difficult to forget that. Any reason why you ask? Or anything you want to do because of that, or shall I?
No, I'm gonna just keep. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep watching them.
All right. So it ends up continuing on throughout the rest of the night. Pretty much, you guys have a really good night. It was a great grand opening, and a lot of positive comments. People are pretty happy. You guys, on occasion, get like pulled into conversation with some of the patrons of the place, and things just go really well. You even notice that on occasion, when like a jacket slips off the back of a chair or something like that, it magically, or at least seemingly magically, gets caught and put back on the chair nice and neatly.
It's not magic, it's our friendly ghost.
It's our ghost is helping out.
Mm-hmm. Just little tiny things like that you notice tend to start happening in the place, and seem to like just catch little things that might go wrong, tend to get fixed.
Okay.
So, closing time comes, and the three busboys, if you will, / cooks, pretty much call it a night and are heading out. The two barmaids, they don't really say much. They just do well, but they don't talk much. And they pretty much hug Bonnie, and then they both head out. And then she just kind of like sits down at the bar and takes this big breath and just, well, what do you think? Did you catch anybody? Was there any suspicious stuff going on?
No, not that I saw.
And she's more or less just talking to Natea and Griffola, because the other two are still kind of outside seeing the halflings leave, and you see the two barmaids leave.
No, I didn't really see anything suspicious. Besides a couple of chairs putting themselves up, but I mean, that's about it. Normal.
Okay, all right. Well,
I don't say anything. I just sit there thinking, think.
and she looks at you and goes, "Are you all right? Did you find something?"
I say, I don't know yet.
All right. Well, if there's something I can do to help, just let me know.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay. I need you to roll an insight check. Both of you that are inside talking with Bonnie.
Brother.
Lissa, Natea, you thought that Bonnie's eye looked a little bit funny for a second there. Like,
I just kind of squint at her a little bit. I'm like, so Bonnie, did you find a room to sleep in yet? Are you feeling okay? You don't look like you feel so good.
and she gets really flushed, embarrassed, looking in. She goes, "Oh, no, No, I haven't picked anything yet. I was just gonna go up and see what was left after you guys have retired. I mean, I didn't want to be a bother. I could just stay down here.
Hold on. I saw something. Hold on. Stay right there. Do what you're doing. I'll be right back. I grab Grifola's arm and I pull her outside.
I'll tell you what you thought you saw. You're not sure. It just seemed strange. It looked like her eye was almost cat-like for a split second, but it might have been a trick of the light. You're not sure.
Is it Liv?
So I grab Grifola's arm and I pull her out the door. I was like, "Come here. I need to show you."
Okay. I'm like, whoa.
I lean down. I kind of kneel down and I'm like, "Hey, I was talking to Bonnie. Have you noticed she's been acting a little weird lately?"
She has, but I thought it was because she got, like, kicked out of... Well, not kicked out, but what's his name has gone missing, so...
Davil
has gone missing, so she's not... She was kind of, like, almost homeless for a sec there.
Yeah, he probably, you know, who knows what happened to him. He might be on some, like, tryst, who knows. But no, whenever we were talking to her, I swear, it might be the light playing tricks on me, but I swear her eye looked like it was a feline eye. It had this weird shimmer to it. I don't know. It's really weird. She's acting not like Bonnie.
I kind of lean back, like, so I can just see through the window.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, see if I can see Bonnie in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary.
So no pings from Bonnie at all.
Mm-mm.
So she doesn't seem to have, like, any, like, illusion stuff going on.
Maybe
But-
it's not her.
That's pretty weird.
I think we should keep a close eye on her.
What
That's
would have
fine, the
a
other
cat
two.
eye?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Let's find the other two. Let's go back in, keep an eye on her, and, you know. I just yell really loud, "Smoke! Bird, where are you at?" And I go back in.
Everyone left.
Yep, everyone is left except for the people that live there and Bonnie, which I will say kind of lives there right now. Are you guys coming in? Or are you just going to see what she wants?
Just check them out one more time and then just head on in.
Okay. No other suspicious activity going on while you're out there. Smoke? Are you still sticking around outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna do another look about. You know, sniff around the holes that were patched and all.
Okay. How long do you plan on staying out?
A few minutes, long enough to sniff about.
Okay. All right. So, Natea, you were calling for Vern?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just hollered for Smoke and Vern, and I went in.
And while you do that, Bonnie actually approaches Grifola, and she kind of walks up to you, and she looks really coy, and she says, "Maybe it's best I don't stay here with you guys." And she looks kind of downtrodden,
Oh,
and
where are you
says,
gonna stay?
"says I could stay with my sisters."
You don't want to stay here?
No, I just.
Then stay here.
She says, I don't know. I feel so welcome here, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know if I should.
Oh, I can't think of a reason why you shouldn't, unless, you know, you've got something you want to tell us.
Make an insight check.
I'll walk up and
Bonnie, what are you
behind her.
doing? God damn it.
Yeah, I'll just walk up behind her and just kind of stand there and watch them for a minute.
Oh my god. No, I trust Bonnie too much.
You're not really sure. You can't get a read on her at all. She's obviously got something on her mind. You have no idea what it is. And she says, you know, maybe it's too soon. I think we just did this. I'll just stay with them for tonight. You know, and we can talk more about it tomorrow. I'm just tired. I feel weird.
I just walk up behind her and put my hand on her shoulder. It's like, oh, nonsense. You're always welcome here, Bonnie. Come on, let's go find you a room.
And she says, no, thank you, though. And she says, I'll see you bright and early in the morning.
I hold on to her shoulder so she doesn't leave. I say, I really insist.
She says,
You're not feeling yourself lately, and I am worried that I don't want you to go out there by yourself. Let me help you find a room.
And she actually says, that hurts. Can you please let me go?
I say, if she doesn't want to stay here, just let her go. And I'm trying to give Natea like the eye, like the I have a plan eye, without like Bonnie seeing.
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand check for eye.
Okay. You, as far as you could tell, you did not catch Bonnie's eye, and Natea, you did see her give you this message.
Like, I'm like, if she, if Bonnie wants to like have another night somewhere else, she's her own person.
Well, okay then. Sorry, I didn't know my own strength. I'm just trying to, be a nice hostess. You did all this great stuff for.
I would like for Natea, I would like for you to make an insight check.
This whole time, like, Grifola's thinking about, like, the muffins. Did the muffins taste as good as they used to taste? Has she
They
been,
taste
like...
just as good as they used to,
Okay.
actually. So Natea thinks you might have actually just, scared her. And you might actually have squeezed her shoulder a bit too hard. You think that she is being very genuine with her actions so far as well.
Like, here. I was like, all right, well, are you sure you're going to be safe going to your sister's? I'll walk her to the door and open it.
And she says, yeah. I mean, they're not that far ahead. I can just kind of catch up to them. So I'll see you first thing in the morning, though. And she just kind of takes off at that point, at like a slow jog to try and catch up to her sisters, as they are in quotes.
Yeah. I just turned around at Grifola. I'm like, something's not right with her.
I kind of agree.
I might have broken her shoulder, but that's irrelevant.
Oops. I'm gonna follow her.
Okay, be careful. And send Nell back if you get into trouble.
Yeah. So I send Nell up, like, up high enough, like, where I don't think Bonnie will see her, to try and, like, keep an eye, like, from the air where Bonnie and these ladies are going.
Okay.
And then while I'm still in the tavern, I'm going to cast invisibility again.
Okay.
And follow.
Smoke, you see Bonnie leaving at a slow jog, not like she's like running or anything, in the same direction as her two barmaid friends.
That seems a bit suspicious.
Roll a perception check. You also see Nell flying off as Kashka described.
All right, I'll go ahead and follow.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Griffola, I'd like you to have a stealth check and a perception check. And I would like to get a stealth check from you, Mr. Monkey.
Alright, stealth. Come on. Do the stuff and the things.
Okay.
That's not great.
Both as stealthy as each other.
And perception.
Okay. So, Griffola, you see... of all things, you actually see Smoke trying to hide and tail Bonnie, and so are you. And you're both kind of hurriedly doing it because she's doing her little like half-hearted jog to catch up to her friends.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just trying to keep an eye on her, and because of it, neither one of you are being particularly stealthy. And you both feel that it's possible she may have spotted at least one of you.
You did catch that I cast
Yes,
invisibility.
that you're invisible. Yes.
Okay.
You're just not sure if you made noise or if...
I mean, I don't think I'd be following that close.
Still, I'm just
Vern
letting...
come back in the tavern?
Yeah.
Yep. Vern, you came back in, and as you're coming in, you saw Bonnie leave. And she was actually just ahead of you, so she was just kind of jogging off, and you see Natea right there talking to Griffola, and then they say something about, gonna follow her, and then poof, Griffola's gone.
I told Vern, I was like, something is very wrong.
Like?
Bonnie, she's weird. She has a cat. And it broke her shoulder. But still, that's irrelevant. Like, I took her full.
I like how a trick of the light suddenly turns her into something totally terrible. All right. So I think at this point is a good spot for us to stop. So I hope you all enjoyed another episode of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Tune in next time to find out if our merry friends actually get caught for the crimes that they have committed, or
What?
if they're able
I haven't done anything.
to turn in those who have
Prove it.
committed those crimes instead.
Prove it.
All right. So thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.